Good morning, everybody. What is up? We are out here at Wildcat in East Bernstadt, Kentucky. It's a little brisk this morning, a little chilly.
But sunny.
But sunny. So yesterday it was a little colder. This is Hillside Live I'm Matt Holt.
I'm Bree Molitor.
Beautiful co-star next to me. We're going to do some rocking out today. We have a bunch of classes we're going to run through today. We have UTV Bounty. We have Big Bouncers. We have RCs. Kicking it off this morning is our little guy class, which I'm super excited for. They have a little bit of a modified course for some of the younger crew. It's our UTV youth class. We got 8 guys in there.
I think we've got 8.
8, 9. I think 9 guys in there.
I believe we had one not here.
Okay.
So it looks like we've got 8. We did have one late entry, so I think that is him on the starting line. Jet Rookard. He's
racing an ace this morning. He's pretty excited about it. He said, yeah, we brought our smaller side-by-side. So I was like, okay. Got to talk to him a little bit.
So cute.
He was super cute. He was kind of pumped. His dad was talking about, they don't live too far away, so they came down and wanted to race. So excited to be here. And they're getting ready to send Jet right now. We're going to start off with the youth class this morning. Then we'll go to UTV Bounty. Oh, look at him take off. That's awesome.
And he's off.
It's so great to see some of the little guys out there. And, again, there's a handful of dads out there cheering them on and some other UTV drivers.
Point them in the right direction to make sure they can all get around the course.
Justin Wills down there helping get them all pointed the right direction.
Daniel Heckley standing up here at the top making sure they make their corner around the flags.
There you go. Coming back down. Yeah, it's always great to see the dads out kind of coaching them all around the right way. It's always super cute. Getting through a little bit of mud there. Again, I love watching the youth class because they're so excited, and to them, this is the biggest thing in the world. So it's super awesome to watch them get out there, get some seat time.
That's a 48.956
for young Jet Rookard, starting things off for us today here at Wildcat Off-Road Park.
It's so cute to see him pull up the line. Justin, get them all lined up, get them all ready.
All right, Kinley Havens is on the line.
Again, the side-by-side youth class is one of our fastest-growing classes. Next to me, we got a bunch of side-by-side, or a bunch of RC cars over here sitting on the hill. It's awesome to see their Justin kind of coaching them because I think they see the flags and they think they're going to hit that big jump. And again, some of these motors, kind of sound like a lawnmower engine. So we were also talking about having them go up that big hill. It's you can't really see how steep that hill is on a side-by-side.
For Kinley.
And I think she was supposed to go beside the jump, but she hit the jump instead, which is awesome. I think this is Gatlin pulling the line here.
Looks like it. Miss Gatlin Wheels.
Again, today is Justin Will's birthday.
Oh, that's right.
So we'll have to get him up here later.
Happy birthday to Justin.
Get him up here later and give him a hard time.
Get him up here with us.
He went to dinner with us last night. We got to tease him a little bit. We should have ordered something to the table.
It is her father's birthday today. Justin Wheels. So y'all.
Again, Justin races a big rock bouncer with us. It's pink and purple. It's pretty easy to pick out.
You can see him down there rooting Gatlin on. Come on, Gatlin, let's go, let's go.
There she goes.
She was out testing and tuning this morning, doing a little pre-run on this hill, just seeing how it felt.
Gatlin has raced with us all 3 events so far this year, and I know she did some racing out at Mid-America last year as well.
Oh, yeah. She is a fierce competitor.
I think with her her huge personality combined with you know, having a dad that's also out here racing.
Oh, yeah. I guess they are going over the jump.
I'd say she's one of those that in a few years it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
49.558.
She is already full of sass, and she's 2.5 foot tall. So I have no doubt when she's bigger, she'll be a handful.
All right, we have Brantley Havens on the line now. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that is the brother to Kinley.
Like a rocket, here we go.
Brantley raced with us at Wind Rock as well.
He is moving. He's getting it done. Like that red cage there, sharp-looking red cage sticking on the white chassis. Got a little American flag waving.
Look at that, toting that wheel around that corner.
Yeah.
I believe
There we
he's
go.
the one that I've seen out here with a cowboy hat on,
Oh,
too,
yeah,
when he's not got his race helmet
Yes.
on.
I totally believe that.
Go, go, go.
I did see him this morning at the driver's meeting with a cowboy hat on. That's going to be a quick time.
I think that's going to be the fastest so far. Woo! 38.934. Mr. Brantley Havens has the fastest time right now. You're watching our UTV youth class here at Wildcat Off-Road Park. This is the Northern Rock Racing Series, round number 2 so far for the season. And you're listening to Matt and Bree on Hillside Live. After our youth class, we've got UTV Bounty. And then, of course, we've got the big bouncers today. We're going to wrap it all up with some RC racing. So got a full lineup of all kinds of classes and racers coming at you guys. So hopefully you'll be able to tune in for most of that today.
I believe this is Dallas Heckley. She stands about 2 foot tall. That's with her helmet on. And so if it looks like there's no one in the side-by-side, that's why. She barely sees over the steering wheel. Again, Justin, her dad, up there cheering her on. Say, come on, come on, come on. And again, a lot of the dads
Daniel?
Daniel, I mean. Yeah, a lot of the dads for the side-by-side youth class will be on the course, helping coach all the kids through the course.
It is super cute because at least for half the kids out here, their dads also race bouncer or UTV. So it's pretty adorable to watch the little kiddos out here and to watch
Jay Storch.
See all the dads out there
just yelling,
helping
come on,
keeping
come
them on course.
Oh, it's so cute.
Fun that they can come do a race weekend together.
Yeah.
.109 for Dallas.
66.109. Dallas Heckley. Way to go, girl. Is that Clara Holback making her way to the line?
Uh-oh. This is
Yep.
Clara
There's
Holback
Clara.
coming up. Wind's blowing a little bit there. Bree's really fond of that wind since it blew her hot chocolate over this morning.
It knocked my hot chocolate over.
Onto her notebook.
Not only did I not get to there for a drink the hot chocolate, it went all over my binder, on my pants, in my backpack,
Solid.
the table, everything.
It's good times.
Not pleased about it. Moving on.
Claire getting through there. I know Justin was down there giving her some pointers this morning. Justin Hoback is her dad, kind of helping coach her along. They were doing roll call, and they asked her name, and her dad was like, all right, say your name. He goes, it's like school. You got to say here. It was pretty funny.
Looking pretty good so far.
Again.
This is Clara's first
You can see Jay in the back.
season ever racing. This would be her third race. .532. Not bad.
Rosalind Dickerson on the line. Here she goes.
All right, this is Rosalind Dickerson.
There you go. Look at it. Oh, Rosalind.
Well, Rosalind's getting after it.
Go, go, go.
She's taking off all the way into the pits. 39.395. That is a second place time right now for Miss Rosalind Dickerson.
Yeah, that top three spots there, that's pretty tight time. I think we have one or two more. I see them down there. Looks like they're trying to get lined up.
We're going to drop right into the bounty series, which is basically
Unless they're trying
We should have at least Gavin Roby still to go, I believe.
I see a few kind of down in the runway area, so I'm not sure.
it is a brutal, brutal course. And
But I'm not sure if they're just getting repositioned for big bouncers.
hey, so much progression
I see a few of the dads walking away, so maybe we're done with the youth class.
courses. So we see a lot of cool things. This is a great event to follow because it shows
All right, I do think we're done.
drivers as well as machines.
All right.
All right, we had a no-show.
Yes. All right. We had a few on our list that were registered who apparently didn't make it, or we'll go ahead and throw our leaderboard up there. This is our top 7 we had. Brantley Havens running 38.93 with that first place. Rosalind Dickerson with the 39.39, again right behind it. Jet came in 3rd. Gatlin came in 4th. Clara Holback 5th. Kinley Havens came in 6th, and Dallas Heckley came in 7th. Again, that was our UTV youth class. And again, it's always so much fun to watch them get out there and race. Again, this is our first run of the day, so we'll be seeing them later on the day as well.
Yeah, the class has been really popular so far. This is, of course, our 3rd race of the season, and we have had a good showing for each of those for the youth class. I think it's just going to continue to grow. Just another opportunity for families that are already here. Like I mentioned, a lot of these guys out here like Daniel Heckley and Justin Hoback, and they're all racing in here anyway with their families. So getting the kiddos involved, I'm glad to see everybody out here being able to enjoy that together.
And it's so much fun to watch.
And
them.
it's just so cute.
It is. It's so much fun.
Aw.
I did. What's up, Jed Harper?
Can you reach that?
Man, Bree, I tell you.
Thank you.
That's good. I dropped part of my cookie yesterday, and I was like, I had so many layers on. I was like, I can't quite
Guys,
reach it.
Matt almost knocked the whole table over so he could get a piece of cookie that was like the size of a quarter.
Hey, they're good cookies. They're good. What's up, Tim Bacon? Part of the Bacon family tuning in. Brandon Grapevine.
At least I don't have to worry about any hot chocolate
Yeah,
anymore.
it's true.
One of those days.
Ms. Hoback cheering him on. Nikki Mathis. Jimmy Flynn, what's up, buddy? Jimmy Flynn's one of our local guys. He jumps in there a lot. Chris Blevins and Sparky. What's up, Sparky? He was texting me yesterday when I was talking about my EKU. He's like, oh, yeah, of course you came to EKU. Of course you came to Kentucky to get a good education. I said, oh, my goodness. I seen his text message later, and I was like, oh, my goodness. Sparky's really great about giving me a hard time. He's kind of like Zach. He's pretty ornery. Getting our recovery crew over there. Colton Holbeck coming around. Again, we got all our fire crews ready and all of our safety workers up there.
All right, Jimmy said our voice volume is very low compared to the camera volume. All right, we got that. Taylor's on it.
Taylor's on it.
Thanks for letting us know, Jimmy. How's the picture looking for you guys? It was good yesterday, and it better stay that way today.
Yes.
Otherwise, Taylor has threatened to leave the building.
Yeah.
But you guys let us know how everything's looking and sounding on your end. If you're just joining us, you haven't missed too much so far. We just had round 1 for our UTV youth class. We had 7 young drivers out there, and we are about to move into UTV Bounty. Following that, we will have the bouncers, of course, Hill 1. We'll take a short break, come back for round 2 of all those classes, and then we're going to wrap up the day with our 2 RC classes. We've got the metal and plastic class. But you are watching Hillside Live. We're at Wildcat Off-Road Park in East Bernstadt, Kentucky this weekend, and this is the Northern Rock Racing Series round number 2, brought to us by Mickey Thompson Tires.
Which I run, so huge shout out to those guys. And again, it's cool. I have a ton of RC chassis sitting over here to my left on the hill. They have their starting gate over there, and there's just a bunch of them over there. And it's super cool to see them. A couple of guys yesterday were watching our live feed, commenting, saying, we're on our way there, we're coming there, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
It's super neat to see our side-by-side guys. And again, their rigs are just as much custom, and they spend just as much time putting work in as some of the big bouncer guys. Even though it's a smaller scale, they spend just as much time in the. It's a little easier to do it when you're in their spare bedroom or the garage or whatever. Like, all right, honey, I'll be right there. But
you don't need a lift
yes,
or anything.
Yeah, but it's they spend just as much time, and they have a lot of aluminum parts that are custom made, and they outsource stuff. Sometimes they try to make some stuff themselves. So, and it's kind of cool to see their forums of how those guys make parts and how they kind of communicate about what stuff they're doing. So
There's
it's
a lot
really neat.
more that goes into those than like at first glance.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Which I have learned in the last couple years of us running the RC series.
Yeah. A couple guys were like, I had bought a lift chassis earlier this year, plastic, and so I had played with it a little bit, and it was $300, $400, $500 somewhere in there, and it's just kind of pretty much stock. And I was talking to a couple guys about some mods they had done, chit-chatting a little bit. One guy was like, yeah, I got like $3,500 in this. I'm like, holy cow. That's like crazy, just to see how much modification they do. So it's super, super cool to see those guys come out and see, again, their candy paint chassis, and it's really neat to see how much effort they put into it. And they do a really good job. They come out and pre-run their courses too and look at the course, and they get together and talk on the side. So it's pretty neat to see. But so huge shout out to those guys.
What's up, Curtis? All right, looks like everything is looking and sounding good.
What's up, Mike?
Mike wants to know what you thought about knockout racing last weekend.
So knockout racing is a little different style racing. It has a little bit more violent action. What's up? This is.
Oh, speaking of some violent action, we've got Wade Good out on the course now, kicking off our UTV Bounty class.
Again, Wade tipped over yesterday, trying to set. He was absolutely setting the course on fire right up until he tipped over on that first course. But he was absolutely flying, setting really good time. Again, taking his time on some of the course. This is the side-by-sides and the big bouncers will run the same course later today.
Yeah, just a reminder. Oh, no. He
that stinks.
Oh, yeah. Look at it.
Hey, I wonder what. And he turned to go back down the hill, and I was like, I wonder where he's going.
Oh, Wade. Well, if you are not as familiar with our different classes and how we run things here, the UTV Bounty class is going to be running the same course as the big bouncers. So it's especially challenging.
Yes.
It wouldn't be a bounty if it wasn't extra challenging.
It's extremely hard.
All right, I think this is Daniel Callahan now on the line.
In the calloused chassis, in the calloused buggy. Again, he has that kind of teal color, a little closer to my buggy. And we were walking around looking at the course this morning, kind of figuring out what his game plan was going to be for the day. we were talking and trying to give each other our game plan. I was like, well, I'm not on
Yeah.
side by side. He's
Did
like,
you get all those guys sorted out,
and
Matt?
he said, well, I am. I was like, oh, okay. Because I said, well, the big bouncers can watch the side by sides and kind of look and see what lines they do and see if we think that line would work for us, or shove it back in there. See if the same line would work for a big bouncer. Sir, Kleenex. Come on, get up there. Again, there's just a whole bunch of ledges right there, and just about the time you flatten out, there's another ledge. And again,
Nice.
There we go, out the top. See what kind of time he gets.
5.2.308 for Daniel Callahan.
Okay, 5.2.308. All right. Again, that was Daniel Callahan and the Callist buggy. Again, we were talking, and I kind of just hinted, like, well, I'm in a big bouncer, so we'll just watch how the side-by-side goes, so it ain't that bad. And he goes, I'm in a side-by-side. I was like, oh, okay. That's all right. That's all right. I forget. Okay. Cool.
You're like, oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
best of luck to you then,
Yes,
sir.
you want, and he's like, again, I wasn't sure if he was going to run first or not, so he had waited to go in front of him, but it looks like.
Well, he made it work. He set the bar with that 52.
Get out there and.
Cooper Bentley should be coming up to the line. I don't see any. Well, wait, there is somebody behind the banner. I can't tell who it is.
Brett Moore. Hey, Bree and Matt. Sounds good. Video quality is awesome. All the way down here from Australia. Came across your YouTube channel a few days ago. Matt came and instantly subscribed. Have an awesome day. Yeah, we try to do a bunch of stuff. We try to promote stuff. And we have a ton of different channels. Racers have channels. We have a lot of stuff we're doing this season with video, with Nick and D-Pat. So we have some cool stuff we're trying to do this year with racers and kind of more behind the scenes. So.
Yeah, speaking of that and what Nick is doing this year, he's going to come up and chat with you guys when Matt goes down to race for the bouncer class. And Nick will be able to tell you even more about what he's doing with his Highway to the Hill series and some other stuff. But be thinking about Rock Racing TV and going to check out that Facebook and YouTube channel. And I'm sure he'll be able to tell us even more about that. But there's going to be all kinds of new content coming out from Nick and Dylan specifically, working really hard on that this year, and the rest of the team here with the NRRA. But we want everybody to be able to see all that awesome content. So to try and stay up with that, and it's going to be all consolidated, hopefully, to that Rock Racing TV.
I still like your idea about doing the behind the scenes with the wives. I think that would
we need a feature on the wives and girlfriends of racing, of the series.
Got DC Thompson coming to line. He has a new chassis.
Oh, DC was a late entry.
They literally just finished building this chassis like 2 days ago. We're putting the transmission in literally at the park.
And what place did he end up yesterday?
Second.
Second in the Unlimited.
And his award speech was, screw Tim Cameron. And I started dying laughing because then Timmy comes up and shakes his hand, goes to shake his hand because Timmy obviously beat him. Timmy took first. So Timmy walks up and goes, oh, thanks. Shook the third place hand, turns over to him. And right as DC sticks his hand out, Timmy turns his back to him.
I missed that.
It was super funny. The crowd started laughing. DC like pushed him off the podium a little bit.
Man.
It was pretty comical just because DC's kind of ornery, But making good time here. Again, he has this brand new chassis he just built. They were, him and Wade Goo did a little tested and tuned on it on Thursday night. Looks like he made quick work of that course.
.251, just edging out Daniel Callahan's time of a 52.3. Kyle, yes, we will be doing 2 hills as usual for all of our classes.
Raymond asked, hey, what's up, guys? Florida here, and we're in Florida here. He has to work today, but he's going to watch. So I'm like, that's good times.
I bet it's a little warmer in Florida than it is here in Kentucky. But you know what? It's not raining today like we were afraid it might be.
Yes.
Might have been. So
it did pour.
We will be thankful for that.
It did pour
down. And I have hot hands now.
Yeah. As it did pour down rain all night last night. But It dried out fairly decent today, and they have more of a like clay and sand type environment here with some rocks. So I got Cooper Bentley sitting on the line here, getting ready to kick off.
There's Cooper.
Ooh, coming in hard on that second jump. Again, as soon as the side-by-sides are done, I'll run over and grab my bouncer since I drew number 3, but 1 isn't here, so I will be the first guy to go today on the first
One
course.
is here, but his bouncer's
well,
not.
yeah, he is here, but I am talking about Mr. Jack Porter, the Venom Buggy.
Guys are making those ledges look easy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Out the top he goes. Getting Cooper.
Ooh. 4.8.687. Fastest time right now.
And there's your new leader.
Cooper Bentley. We've got about half a dozen drivers left to go for round 1. This is our UTV Bounty class. We already had round 1 for the UTV Youth class. If you weren't watching earlier, we will move into the bouncers after this. Take a short break and be back for round 2 of all of it, as always, and then we're going to wrap up the day with our RC racing. So hopefully you'll be able to join us for as much of that as possible today.
Yes.
Kyle Westkeen is not here this weekend, but he has been racing. He raced UTVs at Windrock.
And did some knockout racing last week in the big bouncer and his redneck rocket ship buggy. So he will be out again. I know he's had some surgeries and stuff still going on. So
this is Spencer Grindstaff racing in Joshua Allman's spot, I believe.
Okay. Again, just absolutely ripping through that top section.
If he makes these ledges nice and smooth, he's got a really good time going. Talked a little bit yesterday about Spencer. He's going to be graduating high school this pretty soon, I guess, in the next couple months. 4:1.039, new fastest time. Man, 7 seconds faster than Cooper. Spencer was getting on it. But yeah, Spencer's he's a fun kid.
Yes.
Have you seen his helmet that he's been wearing around?
Yes.
It's this helmet that he wears when he's just driving his pit bike around, not his race helmet, but
it's like a skateboard helmet.
It's got some special encouragement written on the sides of it. I don't know who put it on there.
I think on the front in big letters says "I'm special."
Yeah.
And then has like a big heart or something on the front of it.
Got some other
could be fitting for
we
any
have
of our
some very
drivers.
lovable goofballs out here, I would say. And they can drive, too. Travis Cooper is on the line now. Travis raced with us yesterday as well in the unlimited class. Most of these guys did.
A few of them waited to sign up till today because they weren't sure if the buggy would be still together.
That is some suspension on that thing.
There's a handful of them I talked this morning and said, yeah, we usually wait to enter until the morning of.
Yeah.
Because we're not sure if the buggy will still be together.
Hard to know how things are going to go on Friday.
They said sometimes we're getting really hard and we kind of tear stuff up enough to where it's not fixable. So, or we don't have the right parts to fix it. So
it happens. Good morning, Danica.
Getting Travis making quick work of that road. A lot of guys are sitting, ripping right down it. Out the top he goes.
.268. So Spencer Grindstaff in the lead right now with a 41, followed by Cooper Bentley with a 48. And now Travis Cooper with a 49. We should have grabbed him.
Yeah.
Clay. Is he signed up? We're a little further away from the pits here. At every park we go to, it just varies on how the layout is and how close the production trailer can be to the pits. Sometimes they're right behind us, and sometimes they're a ways away. So at times like this, when we're further away, we try and snag the drivers when we can, when they're walking by, and get them up here. But so you might not see as many drivers in the trailer with us today. We'll see if we can get one, though. All right, is this Tyler Young, I believe?
Yeah, you can see a lot of guys. We had about 4 or 5 rollovers on our first course of the Cup Series yesterday. So a lot of guys are kind of checking up in these corners just that way they don't tip over. And again, we hit, Wade Good kind of set the benchmark for coming out and bicycling around a couple different corners, and ended up flopping over, unfortunately, but was absolutely just flying through some of this.
Uh-oh.
Again, for the bouncers, I think going hard right there is a little better, but we've seen almost all of the side bites kind of hang right in that middle section.
Remember, it's always steeper in person than it looks on camera, too.
Yes. And again, a lot of these guys have different tire sizes, different lengths. So knowing what line will work with your buggy is kind of super important.
Plus, if the sun stays out today, it's going to be drying up out here. So by the time we get to the bouncers or to round 2 later today, the texture of the course could be a lot different.
There we go, out the top.
91.235 for Tyler. Kyle, I think we've got like 20 bouncer, we had a few that won't be here.
Yeah.
Maybe like 16 or 17 bouncers, something like that.
I know Randall Key is here in the building. Unfortunately,
Randall's here. He doesn't
Bouncer's
have a
not done
bouncer,
yet,
but yeah, good to see him back out here.
I told him I was really glad to see you.
I haven't seen him in a while.
We chatted about the new things. He has a new chassis building, and unfortunately, it wasn't going to be ready by the end of the season. So now they're putting his old one back together, so that way he can come race it until his new chassis is done, and then they'll swap all the parts over, or swap some of the parts over, whatever. So he said, we're trying to get it put back together as fast as we can now that we can come back and race again. But
just like everything else in the world right now, it takes longer to get anything built.
Yeah. So he said they're doing a great job. It's just we had, I'm sure they're waiting on parts like everybody else. But so he said, we're hoping to have it done by the first of the season. But he said, nothing else. We'll put the old chassis back out. We can race. And he said that some of his hand control stuff and his rear steer stuff, he said the mounts are a little different. He's really excited about how that. And he said it feels a lot better. He said we're trying some new stuff. He said he's really excited about it. Got Dan Carter coming off the line. Again, Dan Carter with that Rock Life crew. So hung up on a tree a little bit there. That stinks.
I do believe that's the first driver to hit a tree out here this weekend. Now, we did have about half a dozen rollovers yesterday on course 1.
Oh,
man.
It
looks like the tie rod is broken. Oh, man.
That stinks. So they said he hit a tree, broke a tie rod.
Well, I hope they've got a spare.
That stinks. Yeah. I'm sure Dan, the Rock Life crew here, I think I saw their trailer here, so hopefully they can.
Hopefully they'll get him back up and running for round 2.
And the great part is there's like all the guys he's competing against today are all the guys that are helping him right now. So.
That's usually how it goes. That's one of the best things about this sport. Maybe you've been able to watch and follow online, but you've never made it to an event in person and gotten to, experience the people involved and observe those relationships. But the camaraderie of the sport is really one of the things that makes it special. I think everybody that's part of it could agree on that. Everyone that's out here is super competitive. They want to be on the podium and take home a trophy at the end of the day, and we want that for them. But nobody would hesitate.
Yeah.
Any of the drivers, any of their friends, pit crew, spectators, volunteers would hesitate to run up and help out, to lend parts. Wyatt Wilson had had some trouble yesterday, and his buggy was out of commission, but then he was able to part it out a little bit for DC and I forget somebody else he mentioned.
There's several guys ripping parts off
letting
of
them
it.
take some parts off so that they could keep going for the day. So we love seeing that out here, and it's commonplace. It happens every single event. Everyone out here is it's an off-road family first and foremost. And
speaking of Wyatt Wilson and Dan Carter, they got to do some racing in the VIN class
yesterday.
They
did. So even though Wyatt wasn't able to finish in the UTV Unlimited class, he and Dan jumped in his Grand Cherokee that they got for the VIN class and had a good time in that.
Had a blast. Tyler Bradley coming off the line here.
Another Tyler out here.
Again, Tyler's raced with us for a while. He's a seasoned driver. So appreciate him coming out. Like I said, he was at Texas, our first race of the season, and he had broke something on the first course and wasn't able to make the second course. But comes out, he hammers down. He's one of our fierce racers. Again, I think, getting a little air there coming off that jump. But you can see a couple of the racers checking up on some of those corners just because we did have some rollovers yesterday. Whoa! Launching out the top. Getting it done. Again, I just mentioned it, him being one of our fierce competitors. Obviously, having a little fun with it. Again, that was Tyler Bradley.
53.803 for Tyler Bradley.
Again, launching out the top there. Having a good day. Having some fun with it. Yeah.
Matt, what is your game plan for these big hills
That's
today?
a good question. First one, the first course looks like a lot of fun. And I talked to Timmy and 4 or 5 other guys today, Daniel Heckley, and the first course looks like just a lot of fun. Just absolutely a really good time. Some uphill, some downhill, some turns, some ledges, and just a lot of fun to come out and have with. So that's kind of get out and do that, get that one on the belt, and then we'll figure out the second course later.
All right, this is Derek Schaefer.
He's running DC Thompson's old chassis. Kind of like his blue panels there.
John Hammett is watching. We miss having you out here, John. How's old Hitman buggy? Is it still in a few pieces?
Yeah, I saw it somewhere the other day.
Well, we hope you'll be able to get it back together and come on out again soon.
Oh, man. Back up and hopefully bump over that ledge. Again, if you look to that far right where he's at, there's kind of a dirt track. You can, if you keep the passenger tire on, you can kind of hang it up there. And hopefully it's not too bad of a ledge. Now, side by side, again, run a little different wheelbase, and obviously a much smaller tire size than a big bouncer. But
Back it up and dump it. No, come on down. Okay. Look here.
Zach trying to get him some pointers.
That didn't work the last 2 times. It ain't gonna show. Back
Oh, Zach is giving some encouragement.
Yeah. Kyle, Hill 1 and Hill 2 are essentially the same, other than Hill 1. At Hill 2, we're going to, about in the middle of the track, middle of the course, we're going to go up a very large hill that we did last year and then come down the Bounty Hill. Go up, go down, across a little access road and then come back down. So course 2 is going to be pretty long. Pretty big steep ledges, some very interesting course. It'll be a lot of fun, I think, but it'll be interesting to see how many. Come on! Almost.
Oh, so close.
Had the rear axle right there. Couldn't quite make it.
I think the combination of his wheelbase and that ledge it's lost all the loose dirt on top, and they're just down to the rock now. And it's way bigger in person than it looks on the camera right there. It's a bit undercut, pretty tall.
again, you can see our media and our fire crew up there, all our rescue crews. Come
Derek
on.
also doesn't have the momentum he was carrying, you know, once you have to stop and back
Yeah.
up.
I'm getting word that he broke something.
That much harder. Oh, man. Hey, heck of a try.
I think Clyde said
From
he
Derek.
broke something. Yeah, shout out to Bill.
Yeah, there's a nice shot of some of our recovery crew and our EMS that's out here this weekend. Huge thanks to all of them, as always.
Yeah, get some speed. That way you get out of the way.
Jack, he said, yeah, he broke an axle. I mean, he's not that broke, but he just broke an
Anyway,
axle.
it's just an axle. He's
Yeah.
fine.
So luckily, nothing too major. Hopefully, we can get it fixed and still be able to make a second pass. Again, that was Derek Schaefer that just ran. So
You better hustle down there.
Well, I said we had two more side by sides to get around, but
No, we're done.
Okay,
We
all
just
right.
wrapped up UTV Bounty
Woo!
Course 1. Matt is going
I'm
to
gonna
hustle
go
on
get ready.
down.
I'm gonna go get ready. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Taylor, will you radio for Nick?
Okay, first up.
Jack's going to do it.
Justin Wheels.
He's there. I'm looking at them both right now.
He really wins. We got to get behind him. He needs a win on his birthday. He drives all the way from North Carolina to all the races we go. This is not that bad, but sometimes we race in Texas.
All right, guys. We will do a quick rundown of our UTV Bounty right after this, and then we'll go into bouncers.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerfly XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com.
All right, guys, let's do a quick rundown from our UTV Bounty Course 1. Spencer Grindstaff had the fastest time with a 41, and then Cooper Bentley behind him with a 48, Travis Cooper with a 49, DC Thompson in fourth, 52.2, then Daniel Callahan right behind him with a 52.3, then Tyler Bradley with a 53, Tyler Young with a 91, and Dan Carter, Derek Schaefer, and Wade Good were DNFs. So Spencer sitting in the lead for UTV Bounty Course 1. We are ready to move into the bouncers. Matt is running down there so he can get strapped in, ready to go. Justin Wheels is on the starting line. And I've got Nick Mott in here with me to chat with you guys about what he's been up to with Rock Racing TV and all the stuff you and Dylan have been going all over the place, and I'll let you tell everybody about those details after Justin gets going here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll kind of talk while everybody's watching. Dylan and I, D-Pat's Photography, we've been going around and visiting with seasoned drivers. I want to make sure that we're clear on that. It is something that we decided to do just for the guys that sign up for the entire season. And Dylan and I fly in and we completely invade their life, follow them to work, follow them to the shop, we follow their home life, we go out to dinner with them, all kinds of stuff. And the goal is to bring everybody kind of a behind the scenes of what all these guys have to go through every single week just to make it to these events, these races. And it's a pretty amazing story. And I have always felt, as a fan of the sport, for one, that the story needed to be told.
All right, Justin getting after it out there.
Yep. 2021 Rookie of the Year right here. digging deeper racing, get out and support these guys on social media. They are pulling all the way from North Carolina. – 22 hours they pulled to Texas.
Man, that is a haul.
Yep.
That's some dedication right there. His daughter Gatlin raced in the UTV youth class as well just a little while ago. Fun to see them out here together.
Man, and it's so cool to see. I was standing kind of next to Daniel Heckley when the kids raced earlier today, and Justin, who's driving now, was also on the course, and it is so cool to see those dads swelled with pride and everything when their kids are out there out on the race course. They're laughing, but you can tell it's kind of a nervous laugh.
It's pretty adorable.
At the same time, yeah.
I like how they have all the dads spaced out on the course to make sure all the kids get going the right way. So.
Yep, absolutely. It's such a cool feeling. So one thing that I want to, while we're in between
runs. Let me tell his time real quick.
Sorry,
that was a 7:3.081 for Justin Wheels. And then we've got Ethan Jones and Hatermaker on the line. Good to see Hatermaker back out here again. I haven't met Ethan yet.
Yeah, I haven't met him yet either.
Not familiar with him, but glad to see have a new face
Probably
joining us out here.
Probably one of the better sounding buggies, one of the best sounding buggies out here, that's for sure. While Ethan gets started, I want to touch real quick on something that I had mentioned in Texas. Was we had said that we were going to release an episode a week, and then once I got into actually doing it, I realized how much work that actually was. It was ambitious.
It was, sure.
Yeah. So I did the Danny Smith episode by myself and the Jay Storts episode by myself, and they were okay, but with Dylan's help and then this added time is just going to make it so much better. So I apologize for kind of over-promising, but the wait is going to be worth it, y'all.
So what's your new timeline or what you're hoping for?
I'm not going to set any time.
Okay.
I'm not going to set any time hacks, time limits at this point, but as soon as possible, you guys, I want you to know, we are on the road. My goodness, 6 weeks straight here.
Oh, man, and
Man.
that corner, it's drying up out here.
Yes, it is. Yep.
That
That's
is
exactly
not
what's
slick
happening.
mud anymore like it was first thing this morning.
Nope.
And, that's just unfortunate for Ethan. But you know what? It wasn't a hard rollover. The buggy should be fine.
Yeah.
They'll get him back over, and he'll be back for round 2.
Yeah. It's tough because this is a good way to break the ice, get your day started.
Yeah.
The hill 1 is usually the more doable hill, but for all y'all watching at home right now, hill 2, do not miss hill 2. Hill 2 is going to be rowdy.
It's crazy how something that could be a bounty just a year ago is now just part of the race course.
Yeah, a race hill. And we're going down the race hills, down the old race hills. But so
I've seen the teasers for the Cash episode.
Yeah. So
looks like that had to be pretty entertaining to travel around with that crew.
That crew could have their own reality TV show.
They really could.
By themselves.
Trip, I know Trip's watching right now.
Yeah, Trip, love you, man. I wish you could be here. I know you guys are having a blast, and look forward to seeing you guys in Moab. Bree, you had mentioned Rock Racing TV, and Rock Racing TV has kind of always been Clyde and the National Rock Racing Association. They kind of went hand in hand, but we have a legit Facebook page now that you can go and follow.
So is my understanding right that you guys are consolidating to Rock Racing TV what kind of has been between SRRS, the National Rock Racing Association, and the central, the southern, the northern pages? And then all that content and videos, trying to have a place to consolidate. Is that
so the
correct?
Rock Racing TV is going to be, because Clyde and this whole production team is doing Ultra 4 now with Mid-America. So we're doing rock racing more than just rock bouncing. Mm-hmm. And Rock Racing TV is going to allow us to share all the other shenanigans that we're doing when you're not seeing us for the 10 races a year that you see us with the NRRA.
Yeah.
But now we're going to be able to share all the other stuff that we get into while we're at other races, doing other things with a
Yeah.
completely different other group of
So
people.
this is just the racing in general. It's not just under the umbrella of rock bouncing with the NRRA anymore. So
Correct.
they'll be able to see new content, and maybe if you're not familiar with, haven't watched Ultra 4 before, or the short course racing and everything that you guys are covering now.
That's right, and that's what we're hoping, and working with Mid-America, Jason and Mid-America, that whole team. I mean, they are growing so fast. That whole umbrella is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and there's so many things that are under it now. And so a lot of cool things that are coming, very cool things. Again, if you can get on over to, we have a YouTube channel. That's where all of the Highway to the Hill episodes will be on Rock Racing TV on YouTube. But then we have the Rock Racing TV Facebook page as well. We invite you guys to go on over and like and keep up and keep up with what we're doing, man. We're going to be busy this year.
It'll be a good place to go for some good content when you got that, that little need for speed.
Right, that's right. And again, with the Highway to the Hill stuff, that gets you guys behind the scenes too. I know you guys did that before rock racing was really. Oh
gosh, before 4x4 Nation days.
Yeah, exactly.
We would. That was one of our things we did try and do with that, was just get to know the drivers beyond when they're here strapped in a buggy, but who they are behind the scenes.
There's no limit to what we could do. We have the kids classes now. I mean, we could do a whole episode on just the wives of rock
I was just going to say, I started talking yesterday. Cheryl and Chastity were on here and goofing off and said we need to feature the wives and girlfriends of the race series because they're the backbone of these guys being able to come out here and do this.
Doubt.
And the ladies that have raced out here before, too.
That too.
I mean, that's a huge part of it. Oh, we've got Matt out on the course right now.
Uh-oh. Look out.
What's he going to do?
The old hyperactive buggy.
There you go, Matt. Good job.
Them sticky Mickeys on there. Give a huge shout out to Mickey Thompson for
absolutely
sponsoring this event. All of our sponsors, man. It's going to take all of us working together to help grow the sport. The Highway to the Hill episodes are going to be just kind of the tip of the iceberg, if you will, and who wants to see Matt mic'd up? Do you think
Clyde is saying right now we need to put a headset on Matt so when he's driving we can all be encouraging him. Come on, Matt.
Do you think that he would talk to us? Do you think he would talk back to us? That's what I'm saying.
Matt would just be there like, shut up. Everybody, shut up.
Yeah. I'm trying to focus.
I'm concentrating.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Did he break? His front end break?
Hey, I just want to give a huge shout-out to Bill, all of our safety guys, the firefighters, all those yellow vests that you see up there, the red suits, those are all firefighters and safety crew that are out here making sure these drivers are safe.
We have an awesome group out here at Wildcat this weekend.
Yes.
They are on the hill, at the bottom of the hill, at the top of the hill. And they've been super awesome and just, having a good time out here along with us. And we're grateful to have a really well done safety crew out here this weekend at Wildcat.
Yep.
Oh, did I hear that it was a ring and pinion? Oh, bummer.
You gotta get. Oh, listen to it. That sounds terrible. Clankety clankety. Oh.
I'll dig out some cookies.
Yeah, he'll
That'll
be all right.
help. Actually, no, we ate them yesterday. Sorry, Matt.
Oh man. Well, I better get out of his way before
hate that.
I better get out of his way before he comes back here.
Man, Yoda, he would be like that kid on TikTok that snowboards. Yes, the Stuckosaurus. I know what you're talking about. That would be pretty funny. We could make We can make our own viral TikTok video if we mic'd up Matt. You
Yes.
think he's in there like singing to himself, like, "Gotta get up this hill,
Yeah.
gotta go fast, go faster, go fast."
I bet he does.
I know I talk to myself when I race. I'm like, "Come on, just keep it together, get up this hill." Oh man, we'll add that to the list of production ideas.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm going to get out of here, but it's good hanging out with Bree. Thank you for having me
thanks
on.
for
And
coming up.
Anybody at home, if you have any questions or comments, anything you want to add to the Highway to the Hill stuff, hit me up, please. Message me anytime.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing all that, everything you and Dylan are coming up with. It can be some good stuff.
All right, clock's hot, Brandon. Let's go.
All right, Brandon Davis on the line now. I heard, look at that bounce. He's got 2 new steel trailing arms after snapping one of them in Disney last weekend. Glad he was able to get that all back together so quickly. Menace is sounding good. It's a fierce-looking buggy. I think Menace is a good name for it. The top. 45.839 from Brandon. That is your current leader of the 2 times that we have on the board. Great. Hey, that was looking so good. Yeah. Daniel Heckley on the line now. Another TC built buggy.
We got Daniel Heckley.
I'm on side-by-side times.
Two man. We need you on there to help Brandon out. That's a
43.610. Edging out Brandon there. Nice run from Daniel Heckley.
Justin Wills was a 73.
081.
Yeah, ring and pinion. I know that's what you were. Want to know what broke? Ring and pinion.
Yeah, we already knew.
I hit the front ledge and it was like I could hear it crunching and I was like, yeah, it's not good.
Oh.
I knew I broke.
That's never a good sound.
Like being a really technical automotive person is a gift and a curse. A gift because you're like, I know what that sound is. A curse because I know what that sound is. So
you can't just ignore it.
you can't like, oh no, it's
keep
fine.
going.
Yeah, it's just a little.
As soon as you came down on your front end, I thought I quit.
Yeah, you could hear and I was like, that's not good. And I thought, is it an axle? Is it a drive shaft? Because you could hear hard metal on metal. And I was like, maybe it's.
I couldn't hear it with the headset on, but I noticed your front end quit when.
Oh yeah, you could hear it. You could hear it like. It sounded like almost like a drive shaft banging around. And I was like, did I break a drive shaft? And they're looking around, and Bill goes, hammer on it. I hammered on it one time, and he goes, yep, front. He goes, the drive shaft was spinning, but the wheels weren't. He goes, yeah, it's ring and pinion. You could hear it crunching pretty good. So, yeah, good times, good times.
while you have a few weeks until Hot Springs.
Yeah. Good times.
Speaking of Hot Springs, that is our next event, and that will be April 8th and 9th. Hot Springs Off-Road Park in Arkansas. Going to be a good time. We have not raced at Hot Springs in
a while.
How many years?
8.
Has it been that long?
Probably. I've been racing.
Not a series race. We were there for the Fun Run event last November, but that was not a series race. I think the Juggy was the last thing I raced at Hot Springs. That's how long ago that was.
I've been racing 7 years, I think, and I've never raced there.
Yeah, it was definitely the Juggy last time I was there. So it'll be fun to be back for sure. It's been a long time. It's a fun park and has lots of nice trails to ride on. We did that after Fun Run. We got to enjoy some of the trails. That
was a blast.
It was. We don't usually get to go out and just enjoy the trails at the park. It's usually packing up the trailer and everything and heading home after the race. So maybe we'll get to do some of that again this time.
You can see Brandon Davis there on the left-hand side of the screen getting towed back. They said it wouldn't start.
It just quit.
I think he's just trying to conserve race fuel at this point. He's like, you know what? The race fuel is expensive.
It's expensive. All right, Jonathan Gibbs and old half-ton hero.
Ethan Jones was coming in super hot. And I thought he was going to have a smoking time. I was strapped in to Red Bull down, and I was like, okay. And I saw him roll over, and I was like,
yeah,
sting.
That's always a bummer.
Jonathan Gibbs is a heck of a racer. Again, got the half-ton hero out here. Got a new wrap on it. What I love is he showed up, basically winched the trailer truck into the bouncer into a trailer. They had no transmission, no transfer case, and no drive shaft.
He spent most of yesterday putting it.
Oh, no! Hopefully he can throw it back. Reverse. Oh, dang it.
Maybe he'll just roll himself back to the bottom.
I was hoping he would flip it back over, but that's very, very upside down. Again, he a great shot of the buggy there. Wrong
side up, but it looks great.
Great shot of the buggy. I mean, awesome, the great looking buggy. He talks about how he likes to clear coat the chassis. That was all bare metal. Really likes it. Again, that's a testament to Jake Pike and his welding ability. He said, he loves the chassis, loves it, loves the buggy. Brought it here with no transmission, no transfer case, because they had just got the transmission back from Fritz's. Literally brought it here with none of that even in there. Got here, and you can see him climbing out. As soon as they got here, he put the transmission in, and I pull up, and he's literally has the transfer case sitting on top of the tire. And that's never a good sign when you see a rock bouncer. And there's, one of the most important parts of it is sitting outside the vehicle. And I was like, what's up? And he's like, yeah, we're just putting transmission in it, and we got kind of busy, so we brought it here and put the transmission in, put the transfer case in, he had the rear drive shaft, and then we were getting ready to start the side-by-side races. He's like, I said, you want some help? And he said, no, we're going to go watch the side-by-side races. I'll come back, put it together tonight. So it's okay. So I came over, watched the side-by-side races, and finished getting it ready last night. And obviously,
got it done.
Obviously the buggy was screaming right up until he rolled over. So, yeah, I mean, that's a great place. I mean, pretty easy. Again, pretty easy to slide over there, unfortunately. Yeah, and there's about 40 people standing around, so hopefully they get it flipped back over pretty easy.
So speaking of Hot Springs, Brandon Roderick says he flew down from Canada to spectate in 2014 in the Bounty Hill with Showtime, and then Dad reminded me that I raced the Avenger there. It was not a series race, but it was the East versus West Ultra 4 versus Rock Bouncer race when the Avenger was brand new. So that was at least eight years ago.
Yeah, I'm saying 8.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
What's up, man, Yoda? My buddy Ben.
Oh, Danny's cheating. She said she's sitting in the car for warmth.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. She said, God bless the live feed. I could sit in my car in the park in the warmth. Yeah. It is nice. And again, it's kind of like with our camera. Luckily, we have enough cameras. We got enough great guys running them. You can have a great shot about. It's like being in the NFL where you can see the game in the stadium from a really, really cheap seat, or you can actually just watch it from the TV and have a great angle. So I can't really hate on her too much. It's nice.
Oh, I found some more hot chocolate in my binder.
Oh, that's good times.
I don't know where it came from.
Yeah, thanks. Good times.
I was so excited that the hot chocolate person was there this morning, and then the wind knocked over half of it all over my stuff.
I'm sorry. Poor Bree.
Thanks for trying.
I got half of it. The other half.
It's all right.
I'll probably get the other part
It'll
there.
just hang out in there. You're a good friend, Matt.
Yeah.
Matt's sacrificing his sleeve right now.
Yeah. I bought this the beginning of winter, and I was like, you know what? It's like a light jacket and a hoodie like sewn together. And I was like, man, that's kind of nice for working outside. And, you know, if I get it dirty,
double whammy.
doesn't. If I get it dirty, it was only like $20 or $30. I'm like, if I get it dirty, and gets really nasty and grease and dirt on it, I don't care so much. So, bought it my good old Roll King.
Kyle, yes, of course we will be live at Hot Springs. That'll be a regular series race again this year. So we are going back. It's the first time we were saying probably in about 8 years we've had a series race there.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll be live and everything will be as usual. So if you can't make it out in person, that is again April 8th and 9th. We'll be at Hot Springs, Arkansas, and then we have a pretty long break after that between.
Well, some of us.
Series, the NRRS series. We have a long break between April, and then the next series race isn't until the middle of July at Visions at Mid-America, and then we'll pick back up through August, September, and October.
We have that much of a break?
We do.
Yeah. Route Racing TV will be live like 26 of the next 30
So
weekends.
you guys are traveling fools right now because Clyde and some of the other production crew, Clyde and Matt and Taylor, and you guys are also doing the Ultra 4 live stream.
Yes, Moab will be coming up
so
here
you guys
soon,
have been all over the
Rock
place
Racing
lately.
TV Productions will be all over the place. We'll be crushing it next couple weeks. Yeah, I guess our fourth race will be Hot Springs, and the fifth race isn't until July. Wow.
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
Visions.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
I might have to come out and find something just to spectate at.
Hey,
it's going to be a long time to wait between April and July. I'm going to need some more races in between there somewhere.
Yeah, the Moab race will be next weekend.
I'll hop in with one of y'all's races.
I think the Rush, Kentucky won the Ultra 4.
That's a little closer than Moab, maybe.
How far is Rush, Kentucky from you?
Rush is like 4 hours.
That's not bad.
4 or 5.
That's not bad.
Is it? It was 4 to here. I'm not sure where we are in relation.
Rush, Kentucky's not too far from here.
Yeah, you'll all swing by and pick me up in Nashville. Hi. Ah, you know the rule. Come here.
What's up, dog?
If you're going to come up to the trailer, watch out. Don't fall off the back, though. It's a tight squeeze.
It is.
We've got Spencer Grindstaff popping in. Probably just wanted to check and see what his time was, but now he's going to have to sit up here and talk to us
real
for
quick,
a minute as well.
Inquiring minds would like to know, what's your favorite dinosaur?
Oh, yeah.
Dinosaur? I don't know.
What's up, dog? What's up? You're not ready for these hot fire questions coming in?
No, I don't normally, I don't study dinosaurs.
If you're wondering
really.
why we're asking about dinosaurs, you'll have to go back and watch yesterday's
live
show.
feed.
Yeah.
Oh, did you call me a dinosaur?
No.
One thing led to another, and we
Yes.
decided that it should be our new interview question.
Yeah, so
Trying to change things up, keep it fresh, you know.
Kylie Carroll, I met down the driver's meeting, and I got to ask her some cool questions because I know she was a new driver. We always try to highlight new drivers, whether it be a side-by-side or, RCV or RC class, whatever. So, and at the very end, her mom's like, she likes dinosaurs. And so instantly I was like, oh, what's your favorite dinosaur? And she's like, well, the Stegosaurus. She's like, it's kind of like the spiny-looking one. And she goes, or Tyrannosaurus Rex. So then all weekend we thought, what better question to rapid fire as drivers come up?
I was giving Matt a hard time.
What's your favorite dinosaur, huh, Matt?
I'm probably going to be a T-Rex guy. That or Velociraptor.
Wyatt had a real quick answer yesterday. He was like, Triceratops.
Without even batting an eye. I was like, wow, okay, wow. And it wasn't again, I would say Velociraptor or T-Rex just because I've seen Jurassic Park a billion times. One of my favorite movies. So those are the two main ones in there. So that's kind of what I have my go-to. Mm-hmm. But,
Somebody needs to name a buggy the raptor.
Romposaurus. Romposaurus. Romp.
We'll work on that.
Because you're always romping on the gas.
Anyway, nice run.
Thank you.
You are sitting in the lead right now for...
Wasn't even going to race either.
For course one. Yeah, what was it? Just a last-minute decision this morning? You took Josh Allman's spot?
Yes, ma'am.
So you thought, hey,
working out pretty well so far.
Yeah.
Solid. Cool.
So what'd you think of the course?
It was pretty easy, this first course. That Yukon wall over there, it's kind of intimidating.
Different story, yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Buxton says, Tell him I'm sure he's glad he decided to race.
Yeah.
He is right
Nice.
now. Hopefully
Yes.
he's still glad after
Yeah.
round 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like a fun course today. Like I said, I think so far I was having a good time with it. So
Yeah, most of us jumped right up the wall.
yeah, this wasn't too bad. And again, it looked like a lot of fun. So I see him throwing a strap to Joe Gibbs up there. So I'm not sure what's going on.
Was not as fun for Jonathan Gibbs.
No, I'm not sure what.
Well, he's coming down the hill
Okay.
now, so I think he's
Okay.
all right.
Got Keith, the recovery man, back there helping us out. Shout out to my boy Keith. I was asking him, like, hey, make sure you know where my buggy's at, okay? Because in case I need help later. He's
What'd you break?
ring and pinion, front ring and
Gotcha.
pinion.
Yeah, Mr. Davis had a hard time too. He was getting pulled down, but
Yeah, what happened
Yeah,
with
we
him?
saw that.
He said it just stopped working. I was like,
I have no idea.
I said in live feed, I said he's trying to conserve
Just
fuel.
quit.
He's just
Yeah.
trying to like, hey man, fuel's expensive. Just tell me back.
Saving it for Daniel.
yeah. So him and Daniel are like, milliseconds apart there. Got Jay Stortz on the line down there.
You're
Looks
welcome
like
to
we're
stay
about
up
to kick
here
him
if
off.
you want, but we'll let you go if you want to head back down there.
I know it's always you always want to watch the other drivers, see what their line is, see what the plan is.
I just like watching the big buggies. I'll have one
Yeah.
next year, the following,
Uh-oh.
hopefully.
Oh, all right.
That's exciting.
Let's go.
Jay Stortz. Time to beat right now is a 43.6.
And it sounds like it's cutting out a little bit there. I'm not sure. He's had some fuel delivery issues this season. Again, that little dirt section there is way slicker than it looks. I thought it was just some dirt. It kind of like bounces you around right to
I
left.
think it was slicker than Dan Carter expected too,
Yes.
and he pinballed off the trees.
I said,
Yeah.
we've seen Dan Carter break an axle or break the
Tyra.
tie rod. Come on, get up there.
Uh-oh, a little sideways. There it is.
Actually, I'm pretty sure Dan Carter's running performance side-by-side bushings tie rods.
Yeah?
It broke the ear off the knuckle. The tie rod's just fine.
Really?
Uh-huh.
What was that?
55.734. All right, Tim Cameron's on the line.
I'll stay right here and watch this
Yeah,
one,
he's
too.
like, I'm going to watch this one real quick.
Anybody have a guess at what Timmy's time will be? Throw it up in the comments real quick.
Again, that puts Jay Stortz in third right now. Of course, that guy in the starting gate is going to try to fix that.
What's that pitch?
How about this weather? It's so much nicer than yesterday.
I know. We were afraid it was going to be all
Way colder.
rainy and cloudy today. At
Last
least
year, it
it's
was so cold and rainy on
sort
Saturday.
of sunny. I got to say, I love that even our awesome fire team, EMS responders
Yeah.
up on the hill have their phones out.
Yeah,
as the drivers are going by, I'm glad they're out here
Yeah.
having a good time too, because we sure appreciate them spending their day out here with us. So
yeah.
I'm glad that they can enjoy the race.
When I was pulling my buckles down tight. Oh, Timmy's coming up the line.
All right, we got a couple guesses on what Timmy's time's going to be.
Can you see?
Got that flutter
Yeah, oh,
foot
yeah.
on the throttle.
Again, Justin Wills got kind of hung up there a little bit. They're going through there too. It's like a bunch of off-camber jumps, and it's kind of muddy and slick. And I didn't figure it'd be that muddy there.
Jumping up those ledges, not taking any chances on getting hung up.
There we go, up the top. Let's see what Timmy's time's going to be. Ooh.
42.112. Let's look at some of our guesses we had here. Matt was pretty close with a 41.8. And then Man Yoda said 43.2.
Yeah, it's close.
Pretty disappointed my best competition, Cash LaCroix, couldn't come today.
Yeah.
I don't know where they are.
I think everything he has is broke currently. Like it's all
They
broken.
had a busy last weekend.
They broke the big buggy and messed the motor up and like
I didn't know that.
windowed the block, put a hole in the side of the block. So so
at Disney.
no, it was like a weekend before that.
Oh.
So they got parts on order, but they said they took all the stuff, dropped it off, and they're ordering stuff now. So it'll be a while before it gets put back together.
He broke his little buggy at Disney twice.
Yeah, I saw him broke it on the shootout, like the knockout, the very first night. So his dad went over there, took the drive shaft out, got it so they could drive it back, and then put a drive shaft in that night. And the next day, second course, broke a drive shaft.
Those rocks out there are hard on.
They
are really hard on parts.
Okay.
Tripp says we broke.
Yeah.
All right, this is Colby Reich out on the line, and this is what he won in the raffle. Now, Colby was one of the responders with Wes last year out here at Wildcat.
Yeah.
And I believe that was our first introduction to him and to him being part of the sport.
And he races the 8-up buggy.
He won this in a raffle following that the accident, and this was Modern Warfare, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 2, I think.
So he won this, named it 8-up. I believe part of the story behind that is that he drives Engine 8.
He's part of the crew. Station 8. So he just bought a. Oh, come on, get up there. It was getting a little squirrely there. He has a big toter home that has a garage in back. Oh, come on.
Bag it up. Bag it up.
He has a big toter home that he bought.
Bag it up.
Come on.
Kobe! Okay, don't back up. No.
Yeah.
There he goes.
That was good.
He's trying to keep it where it doesn't roll down. You can see how steep it is there.
Trying to keep it straight.
Yeah, back up and give her one good hit. He bought Jeff Rogers' toter home. Come on, get up there. And blew out the pump on the way here. So it's sitting 4 miles away.
Oh, no. So it's cool to see how that kind of came full circle from last year, and now Colby is
out the top.
Part of the series family. 97.520.
Alrighty, I'm heading back down to the pits now.
All right.
Matt said to tell you if you don't finish Hill 2, he's cutting your sponsorship.
Ooh.
That's my Make-A-Wish sponsorship.
That's my Make-A-Wish sponsor.
I ran his buggy quite a few times last year.
See you later, buddy.
Side-by-side time.
What was it, side-by-side time? Colby getting down there, pull back around.
Whose phone is that?
Shelby's. Mine's dead. Travis's.
I don't know. I don't have an iPhone. It has a passcode, though.
All right, Trent Radcliffe.
Thank you.
That's the old Rooster buggy. Again, Trent started out racing side-by-sides with us. Now he's in a big buggy. We've seen a lot of guys make that jump.
This is the old Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch.
Yeah, I think.
What was it before that? Rooster?
Oh, I don't know. It was Sucker Punch like 8 years ago, so I don't know.
Yes-ish.
It's silver.
Kind of reflects white. There can only be one white buggy. Little Tim Bacon, the buggy's white. Again, Trent kind of getting lined up here. Again, the last 3 or 4 foot's kind of straight up and down, so it's kind of cool. So it's kind of cool to see him launch out the top.
So Trent's had a little bit of a learning curve going from side by side to the big bouncer, and he's had some trouble. I think Bikini Bottoms last year was the first race he did here in Sucker Punch, or with Sucker Punch, and kind of broke right off the starting line, if I remember correctly. He's had a little bit of bad luck with it, but I'm glad to see he's sticking with it. And clearly seat time is always helpful, and it takes time to get used to a new vehicle, and to go from a UTV to a bouncer is definitely a challenge.
And he might have been trying to line up there because he kind of rolled up to it once or twice and then just hammered down and launched right out the top. So I don't know if he was just trying to get lined up there. Or they get a lot of drivers walk the course, get everything checked out, and they have a line that's specifically designed for them. They
109.433. Well, and that it always looks different when you're just looking at the hill from down here, but when you're standing up at those ledges or you're trying to drive up them, I mean, it's so different when you're in the driver's seat. So I'm glad to see Trent out the top and getting a time here on Hill 1. If you are just joining us, we're on Hill 1 for the bouncers. We have completed course 1 for our UTV youth class and UTV bounty. We are about, I think we just have a couple drivers left here in our bouncer class. And then we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back for round 2 with everything, as always.
Looks like we got our one of the old outlaw buggies on the line. I think Kenneth Cozine is racing this. He's racing it for. They had a idler pulley or a tensioner pulley mess up in Texas this year, and so they Shelby St. Clair buggies called Karma. Again, his new buggy, Kenneth Cozine's new buggy, isn't done yet. So he's racing this for Shelby St. Clair. Yeah, the sun came out. It's kind of turned out to be a beautiful day. We were fearful yesterday. There was going to be a cold and rainy day today. So, come on, get up there. It's kind of that top section is kind of squirrely over there, and it kind of fools you because it looks like just a little dirt hill. Making quick work of that downhill section.
Not bad.
There we go.
48.961. Fastest time right now is Tim Cameron with a 42.1, and then Daniel Heckley with a 43.6 right behind him.
Brandon Davis sitting at third at a 45.83. Again, that's your top 3 for this so far in the big bouncers. And I kept saying at Texas, Daniel Heckley, I think, is a guy to watch this year. Again, currently sitting second place.
Yeah.
And I think as he gets more comfortable with that buggy and kind of feels it out, gets some more seat time, I think he'll start to be a little more competitive with it.
It's a proven vehicle,
yeah.
And Daniel, like you said, getting seat time and getting comfortable.
No
and
problem.
Daniel has proven himself too. So
yeah,
I think you're right.
No problem getting out there and getting crazy with it.
What's up, Camp? How are things going with you? All right, Hitch says we remind him of the announcers from the movie Pitch Perfect. Now, I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
I take that as a compliment because they are so much fun. They were a little. Yes, they're ornery, but
little something.
Yes,
I don't know.
I take this as a compliment. It's like they're kind of crazy.
Hopefully, that just means that we're entertaining.
Yes,
because we do strive to keep things fun around here on Hillside Live.
Very comical.
Jerry Buzz on the line right now, and then I think we just have Wade.
What's up,
Good
Rich?
after that.
Bacon's, they're all building new buggies, basically. Little Tim sold his stuff throughout the year. Again, we got Jerry rigged out here. Jerry's new to this buggy. It used to be the Timmy Chuck Racing buggy. Again, it's a turbo buggy. You can hear that turbo spooling up when it gets on it real hard.
Jerry is good friends with Bobby Tanner. I think that's what got him involved in the sport.
They're both pretty ornery, so that I'm sure fits in well.
From the Hohenwald, Tennessee area.
Yeah.
Jerry's niece also raced in the UTV stock class yesterday, so getting some more of the family involved.
We'll have to ask Jerry what his favorite dinosaur is. Like, Jerry, you had a great. Come on, get up there.
Getting on it.
It's like, Jerry, you had a great run today. What's your favorite dinosaur? Off the top he goes. Uh-oh.
That's a
63.253, and looks like he finished with the front end not pulling.
he's got some mechanical mishaps in the front end. We're going to see if he can get it fixed or what he's going to do to
All right, there's our current leaderboard right there for you guys. Timmy, Daniel, Brandon, those are your top 3 right now.
Can we see how that changes a little bit?
Okay, this is the crescendo, folks. This is the reason we all came. This is the last bouncer.
All right, Wade Good's on the line, and he is going to wrap up Hill 1 right now for us in the bouncer class. Our Brannick Motorsports bouncer class.
Again, Brannick Motorsports has a ton of sponsorship with a lot of Ultra 4 drivers, with bouncer drivers, side-by-side drivers. They do a ton of stuff for the off-road sport, so huge shout out to those guys. I know Stan does a lot of shows a lot of love. Him and Jody Ford have raced King of Hammers for about 8 years in a row, so they have a good time. Him and his grandson did it this year, so it was neat to watch him and his grandson get out there. Watch him and his grandson get out, and his grandson had to get out and do some winching, or they had to change a water pump or something. So his grandson ran back, got the water pump, put it back in. So they did a ton of work this year. But it was really neat to see him and his grandson out there in King Hammers this year. So they do. Brannick Motorsports does a ton of stuff with us in the off-road community. So huge shout out to those guys. And like I said, Stan has helped me out before, calling him, on Thursday, hey, I need parts for tomorrow so I go racing. Like, all right, what do you need? Again, they're kind of in that northeast area of Indiana. So part of that Team Indiana crew.
All right. So far this season, it's been Tim Cameron and Wade Good fighting for first place at 2 races. This is the
Camp, we wish you were out here too.
the first place. They both have
Been a while, man.
This is going to be the tiebreaker. Best 2 out of 3. Right here, we got a little mini championship going on. Let's
Yeah.
see what happens.
All right. Wade Good.
And Wade has been battling this year with Timmy, so it'll be interesting to see how Wade's time goes. Again, Wade has absolutely dominated with the bouncer this year. Came in first at one race and second another. So, again, trying to come out here and make a statement. So,
Whoa.
Getting a little squirrely up there.
Taking the far left line up the hill, and it worked for him.
Yeah, see what that time's going to be. Here we go. Oh, wow.
41.287. That is the new leader.
Wow.
We will be right back after this to go over the rest of our leaderboard.
What you want, what you want. No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
Presenting the all-new designs from Treadwear Apparel in 2021. Visions are better at the top. More throttle than brake, more balls than brains. If you're gonna win, you're gonna need these. Life is better topless. The NRA official flag shirts. Real trucks don't have spark plugs. No guts, no glory. Definitely no story. Your girlfriend likes it when I bounce her. Grab yourself some new merch today.
And we're back. All right, we're going to throw our leaderboard up there on the wall. Wade Good, again, just squeaked out Tim Cameron with a 41-28. Tim Cameron coming in right behind with a 42. Daniel Heckley sitting at 43. Brandon Davis, 44. Kenneth Cozine, 5th place. Jay Storts is 6th. Jerry Ball was 7th. Justin Wills, 8th. Kobe Reich is 9th. And Trent Radcliffe goes to your 10th spot. So huge shout out to those guys coming. That's your top 10 for bouncers. We're going to take a quick break, quick intermission, and then we'll kick off for the second half of the day. Again, we still have a ton of stuff to go on, plus RCs later today. So we'll be back with you guys here shortly.
We'll see you guys around 12.
12.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I want to hear.
Eastern time.
Yes.
For round 2.
Yeah.
See you then.